Good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. There we go. How's everybody doing this morning? Think we got everything up and running. Who else has a dreary gray Sunday morning? It is not raining though, but still cloud covered and dreary. We got rain all day yesterday again. I have a cherry tree in front of the house, and we've had so much rain again this year that those cherries, they're already like, before they're fully formed, they're already rotting and falling off the tree. I'm so sad. Hi, Karen. Hey, Stephanie and Darlene. Good morning, Tamala. How's everybody doing? I am tired. I got home late again last night. Had a game night with the improv troupe, uh potluck and game night, which was a lot of fun. Potlucks are always awesome. And stuffed myself full of good food. Had a really good time playing games. I'm sorry that I missed the bring your own block, but I, if I don't put something in my calendar on my phone immediately, I will double book. And I had done that. So I had to skip out on bring your own block, but I will watch that today because I want to see what you guys got into last night. Today I am working on the block A3, which was the second block for this month with Ingrid, Philippa, and Stephanie. I try to do that in alphabetical order so that I don't forget anybody whenever I'm like calling out who I'm in with that. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. Just kind of going for it. I want to make sure that I don't get far behind because there's not that many blocks to Little Hooter, but they are intricate blocks and they'll take up time. So like this month we were only doing 2 blocks because we've started getting into the small pieces. June is, I think, a 1 block month because of how tiny the pieces are. So that's what I'm working on today. Let me know in the comments what you're working on. If you've brought something, or if you're in your sewing area and you're working on something, or you're hand stitching something. Let me know what you're up to today. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to move the mouse so I don't bump anything and make anything go crazy. Where should I put it so it's safe? I'll put it over here. Move the keyboard so the cats don't step on it and type weird things to you guys. There we go. All right. So I'm going to start with the big piece of A3. Ooh. I cannot believe that we're already this deep into May. It's amazing to me that we are so, it just moves so fast. It just moves so fast. When I was working on the last government contract, we were always working a couple of months ahead. I'm always working a couple of months ahead in my sewing world, creating what's coming next. So when I get to do things like last night, go and hang out, play games, and just be goofy and like live in the moment, it's always nice. I'm just folding the sections back. Nothing exciting. But it goes from this big old piece down to look at this size of paper, and it has 5 pieces of fabric in it. So, like I said, quickly moving into more intricate number of fabrics, more intricate like look of the blocks. Up till now, it's been pretty, straight across, but now we've got some angles coming into the pieces. It's pretty fun. Hi, Charlotte. All right. That here. Now, to the fabrics that I'll be using. Whew. I think the dreariness outside is definitely helping to keep me feeling tired. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Yes, it was. It was a great evening. Right, we got need oh, B. Storm. I think I'm missing a color. I just don't think I pulled it out. Let's see. C, C, and N. From the last block, I just have a lot of fabrics sitting up here on my table. And I don't think I have all the right fabrics for this block. So let's see. Go to my file, which tipped over, I'm sure, by one of the cats. Yes, a cat was laying on this. There's always a cat laying on everything. All right. So I need C, C, and N. There's a little fragment of CC. And fragment 2. Let's see. And there's a fat eighth. There we go. Now I got all the fabrics. Ooh. Still think I have a few, so I think I have a few blocks to get into, but these are a couple of them. D4, D1. These were like the outside easier ones before we started getting into some of the head of the owl. This is A4. This is just the sky. And then I should put this one back in the file folder so I don't lose it. A1. Again, getting into some of the body of the owl, which is fun. The other blocks I was working on upstairs, so I have them sitting at my desk upstairs. I definitely don't recommend running around as much as I do, doing all this stuff in different places. I get myself all crazy. I think, yes. See, what are the ones we have left? Wow, we're just about done with Little Hooter. It's just going to take us a while because of how many pieces the rest of these blocks have. That's good. It's a fun sew. I love being able to sew with our friends. All right. This guy. Oh, I've discovered, like, through trial and error, kind of a trick with the legit kits. If you are if you like to streamline things like I do, and so you don't look at all of the paperwork beforehand, that I definitely recommend for a beginner. But once you've like gotten into it, you kind of just get into a groove. I've found that if when you're cutting, you always go north and south instead of across, you will more than likely not miscut anything. Because if I cut this piece, this little piece that I need for this, if I cut it north and south, there's still plenty of room over here for whatever other block or other pieces that this color needs to go into. But if I cut it across and then I find out I needed one the length later on, the length of the fabric, then I'm messed up. So I just try to cut everything going north and south on smaller pieces. So anything like an eighth or maybe a 16th, but 1/16 and smaller. I just go north and south so that I always make sure I have room for whatever might be coming in the future that I have not paid attention to. Okay. Turn on the iron. Does anybody have anything fun planned for this week? Hey, Karen. Good morning. Anything fun or super important? Or is everybody as tired as I am and just chilling today? There we go. Got a lot of FPP happening this week with working on Little Hooter today. Tuesday we have New York Beauty. I'm working on a super secret project. It's also FPP. So I've got a good number of things happening this week that revolve around FPP. Unsurprisingly. Yeah. Nope. Unthreaded. Well, Karen is attempting to finish her brother-in-law's quilt. Getting the grass cut. That needs to happen. And the landscaping crew was just here last week, but with all the rain that we've had, they need to come back. 2 times a day for 30 minutes on a compression pump. Wow. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, I did move it. Dang it all. I did not move my feed dogs. So when I started, it moved the fabric over this way. So sometimes you got to lower your feed dogs so it doesn't do that. There we go. Right, now I gotta take this thread and make sure I cut it so Mr. Bass Drop doesn't find it. No more sick kitties. Hi, Donna. Hey, Candace. Let's try this again. Donna's gonna walk the dog. I've been, I've been lucky this morning, I'm afraid to say, but the dogs are just laying down. Karen says she's a stubborn old Pollock. Oh, Karen, are the surgeons not certain that the surgery will help, or is that a part of what you're scared of? Not just scared; it's insanely valid to be frightened. I would be very scared, but I also know that I wouldn't necessarily take the word of the surgeons because I'm an ornery old Pollock. Oh, I'm sorry, that's all coming at you at one time. Yeah, Tangle's S is absolutely right. It's absolutely okay to be scared. That is for sure, Karen. Both are surgeons, ophthalmologists. Yeah, Robert and Stephanie have that right. We'll all be thinking about you, here for you to talk to. That's what's awesome about this community of quilters. An absolute shite with knowing what words to say, but I'm a good listener. I can listen. Hey, Melissa. Oh, see, I spoke too soon. I said the dogs were laying down, and now Lulu's up walking around. Yeah, the tippy tap, tippy tap. Oh, but yeah, that's awesome, Karen. She said she might not chime in all the time, but we all help keep her mind in the right spot. You got to keep positive vibes. Like it's so hard and so easy for other people to say that. Like you just got to think positively, but being able to like listen to other people just ramble about weird, crazy stuff, like I do. I really do hope that that helps. Like just keep your mind off of it. Yeah. Oh, that's such an encouraging story to share. That's awesome. Tangles S says brother-in-law, not mother-in-law. Sorry, just finished up with a bunch of eye stuff, but it had trials and tribulations. Don't we know that? But worked out in the end. Hey, Carrie and Jacqueline. Well, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Excited for a new person. You are going to love everybody in the chat. I'm excited that you're here. Jacqueline, are you working on a project today? I'm working on a legit kit. We have a sew along going for what is called Little Hooter. I think I have the picture here. Working on this Little Hooter. I'm pretty sure I'm working on like this area right here, like right above his eye. Pretty sure that's the area. Adding some sky into it now. Greetings from Canada. Hi, Dana. How's it going, Dana? Oh, yeah. The Little Hooter is a cutie patootie. And we keep calling it everything like little hootie tootie, little hootie tootie fresh and fruity. It's pretty much everything. Nicknames. Oh. Taking a second to place an order. The sun just came up. He's gonna order some yummies, so I'm ordering some too. Because why not? All right. Thanks. Does anybody else like buffalo wings? No, We have two. Jacqueline has two quilt tops ready to be quilted. Ooh. Oh, you got to figure out what backing to use. Yeah. I love having all Canadians in the house. Oh, Tangle said, oh, someday I'd love to do a legit pattern. I love the soothing symmetry of their patterns. Yeah. They put a lot of time into it. The artistry is the bit like I will say the owner, Mike Odell, will not let a pattern go out that he is not fully pleased with. There's a lot of back and forth that goes on with himself. He's an artist himself, so coming up with the idea and then working with the artists who do it in like the digital world. There's a lot that goes into it. It's pretty cool. Oh. Activity in the warehouse. Trying to convince Sadie girl to go outside. She's not wanting to go. So speaking of doing a legit kit pattern, in June, I will be announcing the date of doing a virtual retreat. It is it's a virtual FPP. So it's BYO FPP retreat. So you can bring whatever FPP project you're working on, something that you've started and are struggling with, something that you haven't started but you've wanted to but you've been nervous to. It could be legit kits. It could be quiet play, pride and joy, Judy Niemeyer. Who are all the other FPPers that I can't think of right now? It could be one of my patterns. It could be the sea turtle. It could be everything. I do need to get on the sea turtle because I need to catch up to where Stephanie is. So I want to plan to like be able to finish together. But yeah, you can bring anything, and we'll all work together. I'm going to keep it small because I want to make sure that I'm able to help, because the point is that these are things that you've been nervous about or have found frustrating when you started it and you kind of put it away and said, I'll deal with that later. So this could be the later. So that'll be in July. It'll be a weekend into July. It'll be like an 8-hour, 10 to 6. Come, bring your stuff, and you'll be in community. It'll be on Zoom so that I can see like where you're having, so you can show me like where you might be having problems. We'll be able to share our own like hints and tips and everything. Really looking forward to that. So, hey there, Ingrid. So for sure, keep an eye out for that. I'm very excited to do my own like dedicated FPP scares me. I don't want to do it alone. Retreat. That's the word I was looking for. Retreat. And I'll have examples of as many as I can. Because I have Quiet Play, I have Pride and Joy, Cotton Bourbon, I have there's the one project that Stephanie and Ingrid and I got in North Carolina in Wilmington, and I can't remember what it is, but I just saw it yesterday and I was like, we really need to do that one too. I'll have that one. So I'll have examples of different. I'm going to get something like a small Judy Niemeyer, so that I can really show her technique, because everybody teaches it a little bit differently. Everybody explains it in their instructions a little bit differently. So I want to make sure that I'm walking through it in the same way that the creator intended, to try to help you. I'm not certified in all of those people. I'm certified in Legit Kits. I'm not certified in all those other people, but doesn't matter what anybody says. FPP is FPP. It's all just putting fabric on a piece of paper. So Jacqueline DeJong, there we go. That's the one. I just saw it and I was like, we need to do this. Totally had forgotten about it. It was in the bag from North Carolina. So that's going to be fun. That'll be really cool to have all the different kinds of projects, everybody working together. But I will be keeping it small. There will only probably be 15 people at the most, and all varying levels of experience with FPP. So no matter how new you are, you will find the support that you're going to need. Oops, didn't cut it all the way through. It might be cloudy outside, but it's still bright enough to use as a light box as I'm lining up to make sure I've got everything covered. Oh, Robert. Hi, Janice. Oh, that's awesome. Can't possess. I bet Robert is jealous about the quilting cruise. Oh, yep. See, there we go. If anybody doesn't know, Ingrid and Stephanie are getting ready to head out on an amazing quilting cruise experience with Stitch in Heaven. And it's a like a Quilt of Valor cruise where they'll be with Rob Appel, Mark from the Quilting Marine, and someone else, and I can't remember. Does it start with an A? Is it like Adam or Andy? I don't remember. But another gentleman, who was in the armed forces, and yeah, I think everybody is jealous of them. They're not only getting to quilt, they're getting to swim with dolphins and go on these excursions. Swims with dolphins, I'm definitely excited about. I'll be here stuck stateside, living vicariously through them. Do a lifeboat count, Robert says. That's good. And I saw Tangles Nest earlier isn't having any problems so far. I love that. Ingrid says, I'm here for all the FPP. Good morning, Marie. Got all the fiddly bits done with this bit larger piece. Now it's just kind of straight chunks of fabric. Andrew. Okay, cool. I remembered it started with an A. Combat quilter. Let's do this. Oops. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. I hope Stephanie had talked about this week if the internet plays nicely, that she hopes to do a little bit like a how the idiot quilter, how Stephen and Walter did their Australian walkabout, where they were on kind of every day giving an update on what's been happening. And I would be very excited about that, to be able to check up to be able to check up on my besties, see what they're up to without me. Ooh, I think I'm going to have to. Oh, here it says send pictures of sloths. That will be amazing. Stephanie does do a really good job of sharing all of her adventures. But I had switched some things because I was working on another secret project that required a different size needle and different thread. And now that I've changed back to the wool needle, I feel like it doesn't sound quite the same, which is very exciting because I signed up for the sewing doc, um, troubleshooting and maintaining your machines and all that kind of stuff. So this week I'm taking Arnie apart. I'm taking him apart to clean him out, get him all nice and clean. He's probably too young for quite the level of in-depth cleaning. He's not even a year yet. Not even, oh, is he? Oh, he's probably 6 months, but not a year yet for sure. But I'm excited because I want to like take all the pieces off and see the inside and then like make sure I know what I'm doing. Stephanie says her daughter's RH claimed the spot for folding into the suitcase to go on the trip. Yeah, there's sloths involved. I can imagine Sarah is ready to go. Melissa says all the sloth photos. So cute. The puffin will forever be my favorite animal, but any animal that just like looks goofy, like platypus, I love them so much. So sloths, just their, slow and those long claws. Could you imagine if they were fast, what they could, the damage they could do with those things? They'd be terrifying. That's a Marvel villain that needs to be created. Super sloth. Well, you heard it here first, guys. We're gonna find out that Stephanie's stuck at the border for trafficking wild animals. Sorry, had to distract a cat. I had a little spool, like a little tiny spool, and they were the boys like to gang up on their mom, and they have her in a corner. Well, she was in the corner, but now they've like surrounded her. So I just like lobbed a little grenade into the middle of the mix with that little spool of thread. It hasn't been opened yet, so it's still got plastic on it. So there's no danger of anybody starting to eat the thread, but it distracted them enough. Super speedy sloth. Stephanie, I don't know how that got in there, sir. He must have climbed in, which means he loves me and should come home with me. So I am doing this block in my traditional just have fun, don't be stressed, I'm not worried about it mode. um, which means I'm not cutting out the fabric beforehand. I'm not pre-cutting, and I'm just stacking and whacking and going as I go. And I definitely don't move as quickly. I still have two more pieces, and this is the first piece I started. I don't move as quickly this way, but I enjoy this so much. It's so zen, and I just move about, cutting out the fabric in the way that I want to. Just no pressure, no speed. And yeah, I really like when I don't have any deadlines, or I'm not, I'm not trying to impress anybody. I really enjoy just taking my time, getting it done, chatting with you guys. So all that's to say, you guys shouldn't feel like you've got to get anything done super quickly, because then you start not having fun anymore, and that makes me sad. The thought of not enjoying this anymore makes me sad. And when I was working to become certified, and I was working really, really fast, I was definitely starting to feel burnt out. I even stayed away for a little while. Oh, excuse me. All right, Tangled Says, thanks for being here. Ooh, fire safety day. I like that sign off. I like that a lot. May you all get dust on your seam rippers. That's so funny. I like that. All right. Dribbling tea down my chin. Oops. Stretch. Thanks, Nightbot. I slept wrong. My left shoulder is definitely feeling it. Oh, I just realized, hey, Terry, that Nightbot actually said it's an hour when it's been an hour. Sometimes Nightbot tells us it's been an hour when we've been on for 3 minutes. Oh, speaking of Nightbot, oh, let's see. Hi, Shelly. Robert says, I just finished my brunch leftovers. Oh, I love fried potatoes. Sparkling peach mango. Jazzy. That's a good brunch. Nice. Uh, but speaking of Nightbot, if you are in here and you have a YouTube channel that you wanted to share, if you do exclamation mark selfie, gosh, too much talking and laughing last night, which is a good thing. But exclamation mark selfie, so all together squished. There's no space between exclamation mark and selfie is everything is lowercase. So exclamation mark SELFIE. It will show everybody what your YouTube channel is. I know that Stephanie's is in here with exclamation mark Stephanie. If you all aren't already following her, which is madness, absolute madness. But feel free to go ahead and do that, so everybody can check out your YouTube channel. It became so much easier to just do that because I couldn't keep up with how many friends I was having join who had YouTube channels that they wanted to share. Yep, squish it all together. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so Terry, there you go. So sweet. That's super cool. Yay. And have fun watching So Terry. She's doing some awesome restoration stuff on old like featherweights and like vintage machines things over on her channel. So that's been fun to watch. I don't know. It's an activity. It's like one of those words like in the comic books where they're like kapow. I don't know how to spell it. I just know what it feels like. Cats are getting into trouble underneath the desk over there. All right, one last piece and we will be done with A3A. Ooh, Terry's got another one on the bench. That's awesome. Is this one gonna fit? I don't know if I have enough fabric. I have a piece that I'd already cut for another section, and I'm trying to use up what I can, but I don't know if this, I might be cutting it close. I'd be playing dangerously, but I'm gonna go for it because yeah, I think it'll be all right. It feels, in the field test, it feels like I've got enough coverage. So we're gonna try it. Oh, Carrie's got an overpopulation problem of featherweights. There we go. Yeah. Now just to trim it up. Oh yeah. Catch that little corner in the seam allowance. Oh, Terry, I am working on block A3A of Little Hooter. So it's this like section of the sky and just a little bit. The next piece is I'm going to be getting into his noggin. Yeah, making sure this month's project was 2 blocks for the sew along with Ingrid and Philippa and Stephanie. And this is the second block of our 2-block requirement for May, which was our requirement for April, but our schedules were so busy that we weren't able to get together in April. So we just moved them into May. Like I said, I'm putting together a new cabinet for my sewing room. Oh, I can't wait to come see it. Oh no. No getting rid of anything. That's crazy talk. I don't care what your brother says. Oh, Tamla says she's in the same boat about needing more storage. Yeah. I feel like I could make use of a warehouse. Little Hooter is cute. He's a cutie patootie. Are you doing the PMQ, the Wild West one? I am not doing Wild West. No, I'm not. I'm not doing Wild West. I have a very good problem in that I have a lot of patterns that I need to write for upcoming retreats that I get to be a teacher at for Together We Sew retreats. So I have a lot of pattern writing for teaching. I have a lot of pattern writing for my own shop now. And I have a lot of sew along projects going with awesome friends. I don't have time to fit. I have to give something up. Something's got to give somewhere. And I do have to sleep. So Cotton Cuts was on the chopping block. So, oh, I feel like they helped make that decision. Just saying. But yeah, it wasn't a tough decision to pull the plug on them. But they are the ones that got sacrificed in the I've got so much to do. All right, there we go. There's A3A. Now I'm going to work my way down the rest of the block. The rest of the sections are small. Look at these guys. So we have this with 5 pieces of fabric, this with 3, this with 3, this one has 3, so that's a good one. And for what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take all of these and I'm going to break them into groups based on how much fabric they have. I don't know why, I just like to do that. So like this one only has 2, so I'm going to do that one next. And then I think we have some just 3 pieces of fabric ones. 5. Ooh, look at this one. This one has 8 pieces of fabric. That's crazy. Yeah. Sleep. I do. Sleep is close on the chopping block. There's so much stuff I want to get done. Taking this course on small business, entrepreneurship, and I have so many ideas for things, and there's just not enough hours in the day. And sometimes I'm like, I really wish I started thinking about all this stuff or had all these great ideas when I was younger. When I had, I could go a couple of nights on 3 hours of sleep and totally thrive. Not that way anymore. Right. So yeah, starting with the one that's just 2 pieces, then I'll go to all the ones that are 3 pieces, and I just work my way up in number of fabrics that go into the block. I think I'm gonna cut this little strippy strip off. I think that's probably, I'm always tempted to keep every little scrap because I'm like, oh, I could potentially use that. I could make that work. But then I just end up with like lots of little scraps. All right. This guy, go front up side here. Lulu has some words to say. So yeah, part of the putting these types of projects together, the legit kits or whatever FUP one you have, is finding fun ways to make it interesting. So doing them by number of fabrics keeps it fun for me somehow. I don't know, it just does. So yeah, you find fun things. So Terry says daughter number 2 wants one. Cool. Fair is fair. You're right. Do you know which fabric line you're gonna take for the Wild West one? Scrunches. Thanks, my dude. Oh, paper straws. Blue cheese. 2. All right, I'll take a blue cheese and orange. Thanks, mommy. All right, Karen, take care. Keep us updated. I still don't think I've gone and looked at the Tree of Life fabrics. I've heard good things. People have talked about that they've really liked the fabrics um that they've chosen for Wild Wild West, but I still haven't gone and looked. I don't want to be tempted. All right, let's see if this little piece is gonna. No, it's got. That will just frustrate me. So we'll just go with this big guy. I would rather feel like I'm wasting some fabric, but saving my sanity, than sew on a piece that's going to be way, way iffy, and then find out I have to rip a 1.1 seam allowance, stitch length, because I was trying to be frugal. Oh, I didn't know where I put my Acorn Easy Press pen. Oh, you guys, I am now to the point where I'm dreaming about long arms. And I usually don't remember dreams, but I am now dreaming about long arms. Hey, around to it, Shirley, right? Scrunchins is Sealy, around to it is Shirley. Ooh. Oh, Tangle Zest. I don't have my book up there. I keep telling myself I'm going to remember to bring my book that has my cheat sheets of all the names back downstairs, and I continue to fail to do so. Oop, I didn't close my rotary blade. Oh, thanks, Robert. Yeah, she's so cute. In the bag that everyone, Tamala is here. Tamala is the one who made it at the retreat. I love it so much. That was a fun project to do, and really special now, like really special to think about now, since Millersburg is now really Berlin, because we aren't going back to that hotel this time. So little Millie, the Millersburg ladybug, really had taken on special meeting. And completely non shameless, no shame in my game plug. She is a pattern that is available on my website. She makes a pillow in the pattern, but you don't have to make a pillow if you have plenty of pillows. You could use her little lock for just a wall hanging or a table topper. This original size that I made, it's like super small. I was thinking about putting a few of them together and making a baby quilt from them, just little ladybugs marching around, which I think is a fun idea. Ladybugs are good luck, I think. I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere, that they're a good luck symbol. All right. Always exciting when you only have two pieces of fabric to deal with. So there is A3J. Ooh, you know, you're going into lots of little units to sew together into sections, to sew together into the finished block when you're, you know, at J. J, do we have a K? Nope, I think J is as far as this one goes. Yeah. So it has quite a good number of little units put together. So now I'm pulling out the three fabrics. The number of fabrics that are these pieces have are 3. And there's 3 of those. And there are 3 with 4, 1 with 5, and 1 with 8. Yeah. Sometimes I will stack all the pieces up by size and then work on like 5 units of a specific size. Just depends on my mood for the day and how I want to make it a game. Okay, you're so loud. Okay. So none of these. That. And I talk to myself a lot as I'm getting set up for these things. It's wild how quickly I had a lot of the fabrics memorized, what their names were by the code. Legit Kits does a 1 to 2 letter code on their fabrics, and I had a lot of them memorized, but I've been doing like so much other stuff that I don't have as many memorized as I had at one point. I'm losing my touch. Hey, Gladys. Oh, Charlotte, I'm glad you're home and on the road to recovery. You take your time, don't push yourself. I think we push ourselves a lot. I think as well, I only have experience as a woman, so I think women push themselves. I know I have. So just laying out the fabrics now for these pieces. Okay. Ooh, I like this gray. I like gray. Gray's a good color. Oddly, gray is my favorite background color, and I never use it. I rarely use it. Just strange. Looks like we might get into a little bit of the eye. Got the right color for it. I don't know if you all have been paying attention to Ingrid's Little Hooter, but Ingrid's is a psychedelic Little Hooter with the entire rainbow going on, which is amazing and makes me so happy. But Ingrid is doing her Little Hooter in grunge with the rainbow of colors. It's going to be stunning. I'll keep you guys posted on when we're going to get together again to sew the next block, which will be most likely in June sometime. Should be in June. And let's see if I can find trying to find the schedule of events for, let's see. Oh, so now the next part is 2 blocks. So the next one will be B1 and B3. So in June, we'll try to get B1 and B3 and then A2 done. So we'll try to get that scheduled in there. So we have B1, B3, A2, B2, C3, and D2 left. So we have 6 blocks left that we have not gotten together to do anything on yet. So there we go. We're halfway there. Which is cool. All right, so we'll get that scheduled. We'll get everybody's schedules together, and we'll get that like actually on and ready for you guys to see. So you'll be able to know when we're working on the next pieces of Little Hooter. But yeah, we've definitely, with these colors, we're definitely moving into the eye on this block, which is exciting. Like this pepper is a really, really dark, like a charcoal gray. It's a good gray. Robert adores ladybugs. Have you seen that the movie A Bug's Life, where the everybody assumes that the ladybug is a lady, but obviously there has to be, for there to be more ladybugs, there's got to be male ladybugs. And everybody assumes that the ladybug is a lady and it's a dude. It makes me laugh when he's at the little bar and the two bugs are trying to hit on him. Stuff my kids never even like registered. So I love that kind of stuff where it's just, little bits of adult humor tossed in to keep us entertained while the kids are watching for their part of it. It has been fun, Ingrid. Well, and I think, the best part of Little Hooter has been getting to do it with you guys. Sewing together has been incredible. Dude looks like a lady. I have the sense of humor of a 12-year-old, so that kind of stuff just kills me. Missed a thread. There we go. Just sent fabric flying. All right. So because these were so tiny, I just went ahead and pre-cut them so that we can move along. All right, oops. Which way did I do this? Like this. Like this. Yeah, there we go. Right. We've got birds outside singing up a storm. We've had baby squirrels coming into the backyard. I think that the rabbits have now decided that the Lilu factor in the backyard is too dangerous. So I haven't seen rabbits in a little while. But the baby squirrels have been coming and they are so cute and they're so playful. They are a riot. Oh, so one of the super secret things that I've been working on this past week is finalizing the project for the beach bum virtual retreat that's coming up in June 23rd. It's a Sunday. It's gonna be an all day thing. Oh my gosh, and that just reminded me, somebody asked me if I had plans for Memorial Day weekend, and I never got back to that question. I'm so sorry. But part of what I've been working on this week is finalizing, like getting the final tweaks of that project ready. So that registration is open until June 1st. It's a virtual retreat with Stephanie and I. There is some FPP involved. It's not heavy FPP. There's a bag to be made. So it's a whole beach bum theme. I got to show Stephanie the bag this week, the finished prototype, where I kind of test sew it myself to make sure that what I think in my head is going to work actually works out, which I do change things on the fly. But yeah, registration for that is still open at togetherwesew.com, togetherwesewretreats.com, and it is open until June 1st. If you hadn't known about that or were interested in a fun 2 patterns, 2 teachers with some amazing folks to sew along with, that's coming up very soon. It is a Zoom class. We do want you to have your camera available just in case you run into any issues, so that we can actually see, where you're at with either Stephanie's project or with my project, to be able to help you out as much as possible. If we can't see what it is that you were working on, we can't really, it's hard to visualize if you can't show us in the screen. So that's the only reason why we want you to have your cameras available. But it's another secret sew I've been working on. Another thing robbing me of sleep at night. In a good way, in a very good way. And then we've got that virtual retreat. I will have the BYOFPP retreat in July. There is the Nut House, which is in Walnutport, Pennsylvania retreat. That's a face-to-face retreat. If you've never been to one, that's coming up so fast, September. And there are a couple of spots still open for that one. If you've ever thought about going to an in-person retreat with a group of amazing folks in Pennsylvania, it's close to Lancaster, right? Or Allentown. There's plenty of shops around though. We last year we went to a couple of shops, which was fun. One of them I was certain we were going to end up hostage in the basement, but it turned out just fine. It was just on the side of the road, and we just, wandered in. There you go. So look at those little tiny pieces. I love that gray. But that's a 3 piece fabric one, and then that inner triangle right there, it's small, it's tiny for sure, but you don't start off with the fabric that small, so you don't have to stress yourself. You don't have to think of it that way, that you have such tiny pieces, because you work your way down to tiny pieces. You whittle away the fabric until you have those tiny pieces. Oh, not even paying attention to the time. We've got a fun week this week. Oh, you should go check out Stephanie's channel to see the big announcement that we had for an upcoming retreat. We did that this past Friday, so you should definitely check out Stephanie's channel for that, and then maybe make some plans to attend Berlin in April of 2025. Exciting stuff happening. This week, Tuesday night, is the next New York Beauty, and the next New York Beauty is one that is going to test everyone's patience. But I know it has subunits, and we've done one that had subunit before. So I think, like, we're going to be more prepared for it this time than we were the first time we did a subunit. But this one involves subunits attached to subunits, then attached to the main block. And so I'm ready and excited for the challenge. And I know that we're all going to be able to do it. However, those of you that are doing the New York Beauty, if you are absolutely frustrated by it, we, again, don't want you to feel like you have to do all the same blocks we're doing. We wanted to make sure that we had some very beginner-friendly ones and some challenging ones, and this one definitely fits the bill for the challenging one. But we want you to feel confident and complete your New York Beauty. So if this unit in a unit in a unit is not your gig, you should definitely feel free to take a look at the book, whether you have it in a PDF format or you have the actual book in front of you, and choose a block that you're going to be happy with, that fits what you're looking to do. And then still come join us and sew with us. We don't want you to not be a part of the fun. So that is Tuesday night. And this month, this is the last block for this month on my channel. Next month, we'll be back on Stephanie's channel. So New York Beauty this Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern. And even if you're not sewing the New York Beauty, but you've ever been interested in seeing what they look like, we will be able to show Stephanie's fabric and my fabric. But if you join the Together We Sew Facebook group, I was going to say Instagram group, I don't know why, Facebook group, you'll be able to see the blocks that everyone's working on and all the fabrics that they've chosen, which, unsurprisingly, everybody is making incredible choices. I think everyone is going to be, I feel everyone's going to be very pleased with their New York Beauty. I am very pleased with everybody's choices. So they've at least got one person on board with their choice for sure. I think everybody's done an incredible job of determining what they were going to put together for their New York Beauties. I'm so excited about it. It's a good time. Those are Tuesday nights, twice a month on Tuesday nights, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern, or sometimes 7:30 until we need to go, depending on family obligations and things like that. But yeah, that's Tuesday night. Then Wednesday night, I've got changing up the Wednesday podcast thing, changing that up this week. I don't know that it's going to be a podcast, but there's going to be some fur baby intervention, and I'm going to be doing a new thing. So I hope you will come back and check that out on Wednesday, or well, on Thursday morning. I tape it on Wednesday nights, and I always say it's Wednesday. But on Thursday morning, I hope you'll come and check that out. That's going to be a pre-recorded thing. It's not a live, but I've got some new direction that I'm headed. And then sure there's stuff that we've got going on either Friday. I think Friday is an improv thing actually. And then Saturday might be something on Stephanie's channel. Saturday at 5 o'clock is always Stephanie's live at 5. So I have to check out. I need to make another calendar. I've said that, but I need to map out my calendar again so I know what I'm doing when. But I definitely know Tuesday night and Thursday morning what's happening this week. So I hope you'll check that stuff out. And again, if you are here and you have a YouTube channel, definitely do the exclamation mark selfie so everybody knows who you are and where you're at. Just wrapping up, oops, wrong direction. Wrapping up this next piece. And we will be all done for our Sunday brunch today. I appreciate you all being here and hanging out and talking and being so supportive of folks in the chat and supportive of me here. Yeah, see, I don't like that noise. I'm definitely going to have to open an Arnie up and check out what's happening in there. There you go. Awesome, Gladys. All right. Oh, of course. Scrumption says, thank you for hosting today. Thank you all for being here. It's really, this is, we were talking on that live on Stephanie's channel, and I was talking about why I want everyone to go to a retreat. And that first retreat in Millersburg has really impacted my life in ways that I would never have imagined. And this YouTube journey is one of the byproducts of that very first retreat. And it's not to get all sappy, but it has really, yeah, it's just been a life changer. So I love being here with you guys. I love the community that we have and the joy of sharing all of our knowledge and stuff. I sound like a broken record because I think I talk about it maybe too much, but I'm passionate about it and it makes me happy. So I talk about it a lot. There we go. Had the fabric flipped over. Wasn't going to quite fit the way I had hoped. in that direction. So I just flipped it over, and that was the actual way I'd cut it for. Oh, Melissa, that's awesome. Melissa has 1.5 rows left to sew on the top. So we have kept her company. Yeah, silly. I need a box of tissues here on my table. Getting sappy in my old age. All right. So there we go. Not trimmed up yet, but another 3 fabric unit, like the gray green, like a light sage, and then to the gray, into the probably head of a part of the head of Little Hooter. So there's that piece. I will trim up and be ready. So I got 4 pieces done today. Not too bad. Again, in my just cut the fabric as I'm going kind of way. Oh, Ingrid, you're awesome. Thank you. Ingrid has posted the Together We Sew retreats. So for the virtual retreat, that's the next one coming up, June 23rd, again, all day, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern. The 10 a.m. makes it a lot easier for our East Coast friends. East Coast US and East Coast Canada. We are global, baby. And that's the first one. Then in September, again, at the Together We Sew retreats is the one in Pennsylvania. That's a in-person retreat. Couple spots left for that. I am now lucky enough to have gone to every Stephanie Stitches retreat except Washington, but I have met some folks that have gone to the Washington retreat because they've come to some East Coast ones. So I can vouch for the incredible people you will meet at these retreats. I've been to almost them all. Here we go. All cleaned up and pretty now. So we got that. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more sections, 5 more units to start sewing into sections. And then you put those sections to build the final block. So almost done. I want to thank you all again for being here. Definitely check out togetherwesewretreats.com. I will be letting you all know once registration closes for the Together We Sew virtual retreat. I just don't want to like confuse the like where to do what. So for the BYOFPP retreat, I will let everybody know what date that's going to be and how to sign up for that. And that will be different than going through the Together We Sew retreats because it's going to be a specific SleighArts studio thing. Woo! I'm getting fancy. So that'll be a little bit different road to get to be registered for that. But that will be again in July, and I will have details for that soon, after June 1st, though. So not during May. It'll be after June 1st. And then, yeah, I hope you guys come back Tuesday night for our New York Beauty Fun. We're quickly reaching the end to that as well. Being able to do 2 blocks a month has really like kept us moving along. And so that this is the last block for this month on my channel. And we're back to Stephanie's channel next month. And we'll do 2 blocks on her channel, and then we'll be back on mine, kind of flip-floppy. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or concerns or anything like that, My email address is in the description box. Definitely reach out to me and I will help you as much as I can. I'll give you as much information as I can. There's still some super secret stuff going on and I can't spill the beans on all that kind of stuff, but I will certainly give you the details that I can. But yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Have an amazing and safe Sunday. I hope your week goes really well and I will for sure be back. I don't have plans for Memorial Day weekend specifically, so I will be back and probably doing at least a quick, so Sunday morning, if not from 11 to 1, I'll do like 11 to noon to get some work in, and we'll see how that goes. So all right everyone, have a great week, and I will find my my mouse, which I always end up forgetting where it is before I sign off. All right, bye now.